All right, students, now let's continue to the second last paragraph. So over here it says, I'm going to be reading out this paragraph for all of you, and we will be doing the explanation of this one as well. All right, so the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar based on the cycles of the moon, and it uses the year of Hijrah as the starting point, like we discussed in the previous paragraph over there. And to be continued, the year of the Hijrah is considered year 1AH, means after Hijrah, like Hijrat, okay, in the Islamic calendar. Prior to the establishment of Islamic calendar, the Arabs in the region used various local calendar systems, including the pre-Islamic Arabian calendars, which were primarily based on the lunar or lunisolar calendar. Now see guys, over here I've already discussed in the previous paragraph that here it states that there was no formal Islamic calendar in use, okay? And over here it says including, so over here it says that prior to the establishment, that means that before the establishment of the Hijri calendar, okay, the Arabs in the region, because in Saudi Arabia, the Arabian Peninsula we're talking about over here, the Arabs in the region used various local calendar systems, including the pre-Islamic Arabian calendars, which were primarily based on the lunar or lunisolar system. So again, a disclaimer, I'm saying that we need to do our research. So I'm just saying here that before the Hijra calendar, we should do a little bit research that what was the exactly calendar used back then. If you find that information useful to you at this moment, so please, I will recommend you to please do your research. But my job here is to clear out the concepts of before Common Era, and the Hijri calendar, which is the famously known as the Islamic calendar. All right. So now explaining the first three lines, okay, the first 2 or 3 lines. So see, the lunar calendar. Let's talk about that. See, the lunar calendar. Let me just explain you in a way that, see, when the Ramadan is going on, right, and at the end of the last fast, at the last fast, usually you might have heard your parents discussing about the sighting of the moon. That hey, come on, let's check out the moon. Let's see the moon, whether the moon is there or not. So based on the sightings of the moon, our Eid celebrations are decided, and so forth for a couple of other Islamic events. The same practice is being followed. So by the complete shape of the moon, they used to identify the dates, okay? So which is a very, let's say, fascinating way of looking at one calendar and dates based on that entire system of looking at the moon. So this is how the Islamic calendar works. So now, in conclusion, to clarify the Islamic calendar, so